Questions?
James, when did you find out you were going to be playing defensive end today, and what was your reaction?
It was after the last game of the season. During bowl practice, Coach John Claremont, actually Coach too, this first one, said he wanted to unleash me on both sides. So they asked me to play some defense, and I was all for it anyway to help the team win.
Paul, do you see that as a long-term plan moving forward to play him both ways?
He's pretty good.
Coach, can you talk about having these freshmen step up and your thought system on what it's like having this much youth that you're looking at next year?
Well, it's I think this table reflects a lot of what you're talking about, and certainly we believe we've got some flanked on either side. They're indicative. We think we got some pretty good young talent, but we're also sitting by one of Pitt's all-time best ever, and each year is a different year, and you appreciate all that goes into it and all that team is. And I thought this year we had some great seniors, and certainly will be missed. And yet I am excited about the future of this, but it's hard to see AD and some of the other guys leave us, but they can leave with their head held high. I know that much.
Can you talk about Paul, Chad coming off the bench cold and leading 98-yard drive and everything else?
Yeah, I Chad did a nice job and was poised, and certainly I think it helped when we were running the ball the way we did. But I thought he stepped up and played in the second half to Tyler. Tyler had a nice job on a double move, and Chad dropped it in there. Chad made a couple plays with his legs. He'd been working and preparing for this moment, and I thought what led to it was Tommy all year put himself out there and left it all out there, and you can't say enough about that. But Chad stepped in, and guys needed him, guys rallied around him, and that's what a team does.
Coach, you've obviously seen some great performances from players over the course of your coaching career. Can you talk about the performance you watched from James today?
He's a freshman, so I'll say it was good. It was a heck of a a lot of guys made it happen, but the one thing I know about all three of these guys that we're looking at is they love the game, and on top of that, I think they love their team, and they'll do anything for it, and that you appreciate that a ton as a coach. But obviously a heck of a performance, and James would be the first one to say that he doesn't do it all on his own, but he certainly got enough yards on his own. It was a heck of a performance, and you got to build on it.
Aaron, you talked about the double teams that they're having against you. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit more?
Yeah, just a lot of, it's a part of the game, so it's a lot of double teams, triple teams, but at the same time, it's a sign of respect, a good team, so it was just out there, we were just out there battling. So.
Aaron, what does it mean to you to end your career with a bowl win like this?
It's a great feeling to leave out a winner. And for the younger guys for next year, it's something to build off, so it's a great feeling just to know that the program is going to be back on top with Coach Chris. That's a guarantee. So.
Tyler, could you describe that deep pass from Chad and his demeanor when he stepped into the huddle there in the second half?
Well, first off, once he got in the huddle, we gave him that eye, be ready. He was more confident than me going into the play, so I seen that he had my back, so I had his back for sure. So once he broke the huddle and went out there, he was locked and loaded. I knew I had to beat him with a dope move, and I knew the ball was going to be right where it had to be. Because I trusted him, and he had confidence in himself to throw the ball where it had to be. So the result happened in a great play.
What does it mean to you guys for the freshman class to see him do that, knowing he's coming back next year from Atlanta as a starting quarterback?
It means a lot, for him to come in at the time when Down showed leadership from him coming in. He really ain't have a lot of reps through the season, but he worked hard at practice and get a lot of reps at practice. So when his number is called, he's ready to go out there and perform and play his game. So I'm looking forward to next season.
Coach, did you had planned coming in to use James both ways? Did it change any when he was having such a good game in the running game? Did you cut back a little on how much you used him defensively?
Well, it was going to be situationally, defensively, and so it affects a little bit. But you know what? Kind of knew James' personality, and he let us know, and So we kind of just, every time in the game you got to play it as it comes. But it was good, and I thought, both James and AD stepped up big on that last drive. And, James got the holding called on it, and should have still had the sack. And then AD came up big, Ty came up, and it was we needed that though. Needed to finish the game, and guys did.
James, did you have any fatigue issues at all playing both ways?
That wasn't really a big concern. Obviously I was tired, but I wasn't going. I've been practicing at it, so I wasn't just going to I wasn't going to tap out. So, late in the drive, it was third and long. I was just trying to go get the quarterback.
James, is there anything that going from playing defense, going back to playing offense, that maybe makes it easier? When you go back to running the ball, or anything you pick up from the?
I just during practice, I got a lot of offensive reps, I got a lot of defensive reps, so I know the job. If I'm on defense or offense, I know what I got to do. So.
But does it give you like a different perspective, like once you see things on defense, and then when you see how everything looks on offense?
I guess so.
James, you broke Tony Dorsett's bowl record tonight. You're at 29. Can you give your thoughts on breaking a Hall of Famer's record?
It feels awesome being a part of history. But I wasn't too concerned. I didn't know how many yards I had. I just continued to, Coach called whenever I just continued to run. I wasn't worried about breaking the record. But it feels good to be in history.
Aaron, can you talk about the penalty, Aaron?
229.
What did you say?
229. On that.
Anybody get hurt?
Say it again.
I said you're 229. The workload of it.
Coach gave me the ball, so I just continued to run. And the offensive linemen, they had a big part of it. Opening the bowls. Both my fullbacks. It was a team effort.
James, I'm sorry.
Aaron, I'm sorry. The penalty, was there a lot of frustration that was building up there at that point?
It was, but it was just a dumb move with me. I can't do that being a leader, but we got the win, so I'm sorry about that. So.
James, Bowling Green players and their coach before you were very complimentary on how you guys out-physicaled them, and early on you established that presence and it was hard to overcome. Can you kind of speak toward that when you go out there and you kind of physically dominate a team like that? Can you kind of feel you have an advantage early in the game, and did you specifically feel it tonight that things were going to go your way early in terms of the physical part as a team?
Yeah, as a team, after my first couple runs, and I got gained a couple yards, I knew we could keep the team moving the ball. But Bowling Green, they were physical, they were a good team. It came down to the last second. But after gaining a couple yards, I felt confident that I can continue moving the ball.
Coach, can you just speak to putting up almost 500 yards on the top defense in the MAC, what it says about this offensive program?
Well, players, executing and making plays, and that's what it was. And I think you're always, we got some weapons, and made some guys have some big nights, and didn't go perfect, and never does, but certainly wasn't surprised. But you're always very appreciative of it.
All off that question. Talk about the offensive line. You had to shuffle some guys around, guys in position, Dorian, and how they.
I thought they, obviously if you have, if you're moving the ball and having some success, they're a big part of it. And I thought that, we didn't play perfect up there, but guys worked and they did a great job. I thought Hughes prepared them and kind of knew early enough that who would be going, and guys sucked it up. We didn't have a lot of depth there, but and I think too when you got guys, Tyler making plays and James, running the ball. Chad had a couple big runs. That energized them, and I thought it was a great team victory. I mean, we got had a big punt return for a touchdown by Tyler. I thought had some key third down conversions, and were able to move the ball offensively and defensively. Had some big stops and stops when we needed it.
Last two questions. Does Chad's running ability allow you to open up the playbook a little bit?
He did tonight.
Tyler, can you describe your punt return and how close you were tight watching that sideline?
Well, as soon as that thing was in the air, it was just hanging up there. I didn't know if I could fair catch it or catch it and run. So I seen I had some space to work with. So once I caught it, I hesitated for a minute. You know, I didn't know which way to go, but our return was supposed to go in the middle. So I made a real quick cut and hit it right up in the middle, and everything broke loose. And I wanted to stay in bounds, you know, because if we don't stay in bounds, then if the personnel is 22, that means I'm out. So I don't have that chance to score. So you know, I had to stay in there. And I tried everything I had to do just to stay in there and score.
Thanks, Jim.